Now, if you were watching the Rob Ford story with Winnipeg eyeballs, you might be asking yourself the question, well, if this was hockey and we could trade our mayor for their mayor, straight up, who would get the better deal? If we were to trade in our mayor for their mayor, who would get the better deal? Would Winnipeg be trading up or down? And yes, I know the mayor of Winnipeg does not have a drinking problem or a crack cocaine problem. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is this, and let me just ask the question this way. How come the dude in Toronto, Ford, who sweats and slurs and looks like he's sideways on most days, how come he's running a ship that's tighter than a Manitoba mosquito's butt? How come he's not raising taxes or fees, hiring people unfit to preside over the building of fire stations, police stations, football stadiums, with cost overruns in the mega millions, creating the need to turn hundreds of police officers into tax collectors and buying as many automated cameras as possible to ding as many Winnipeggers as possible for $300 plus tickets? Who knows how high those prices will get? All in the name of public safety, of course. When reality is all of the above is about public profligacy, public incompetence, and some think public corruption. Last night, the story became, here in Winnipeg, a new developer's tax. Not on the developers, not on the big guys, little guys. Tax the poor rubes who want to buy new homes and new developments. Very often in the name of safety, their family safety. Who knows how much more this new tax will be? 5,000, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe more, to buy a new home in a new development. And if this does go through, who knows what the fee will be 5 years from now and 10 years from now. We just know it'll be larger, not smaller. Just like property tax bills are larger, not smaller, than when our mayor, with none of Rob Ford's problems, our mayor is sober, but the bills are larger than before Sober Cates was elected. But in the meantime, you need to know that as a Winnipegger, there is no need for smugness about what's going on down the road in Toronto. Those citizens would have driven Ford into Lake Ontario by now if they did not respect his respect for taxpayers. His personal habits have attacked the pride, but not the pocket. Nobody's accusing Ford of being on the take. Nobody's accusing Ford of being corrupt. Nobody's accusing Rob Ford of hiring incompetent managers, paying him hundreds of thousands of dollars to stay, and then hundreds of thousands of dollars to go away, and then calling it a resignation, and then saying, hey, I've got no idea why my friend resigned. I've got no idea who pushed him out the back door just before the audit was delivered at the front door. We have a sober mayor, but you'd have to be on crack to re-elect him. I'm one of those guys, friends of yours, who pushed you into making a decision to run in the first place, almost a decade ago. I'm the guy who said people in town like you. They like you. You've got likability. It's a great start. I like Sam began your campaign pitch. Remember? I like Sam. It was a great pitch because it was true at the time. What's your pitch the next time? I used to like Sam, then I got sober? You're an embarrassment to me. I have to sit here and tell people in Winnipeg that a guy in Toronto who's hanging around with crack dealers, a guy who gets several sheets to the wind in Toronto City Hall, walks around with a half-empty jug of booze, abusing the staff, demanding at the top of his smoked out lungs, possibly coked out lungs. He's demanding to know where his car is when his car is parked in a garage at his home on the other side of town. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know who he is. And I have to sit here to tell people in Winnipeg that this Lugan is a better mayor than you are? That's embarrassing to me.